Welcome back! I am back and in my new digs. Well, I'm in another walk-in closet for my studio here. But this time I have an air conditioning duct so I don't have to sit here and sweat like a pig. Great. Now, and on the first thing I want to do, to christen the new digs, is to shamelessly shill for a game. And it's the Horror Plum Island, which I have shown you right here. And no, I'm not getting paid for this, but it's a game I really want to see because it's made by Herman Luttman, who made easily my favorite zombie game by a long shot, and one of my favorite just solo experiences as well. And that was, of course, Dawn of the Zeds. And now he's got a new one coming out, which is going to, it's not the same thing. It's a little different. It's more like, he has a game, he's putting out a game, Dunkirk, which is all about evacuations. And so that's what this one's going to be about, is you're trying to stave off the horrors, aka zombies, as you try to get everyone evacuated. And I'm really excited about seeing this. So I'm kind of pushing a little plug here. We can see that it's at, what is it, close to 400 on their P500 program. Their P500 program, I'll leave a link to it below, is nice because if you order it, they don't charge you until the thing actually ships. So if you decide later, I'm not going to do that, you can always you can just cancel it if you want. But I don't think you'd like. I think this one is just going to be a really good game. And one of the reasons I think is because when Herman Luttman games, he really goes for making drama. He makes very meaty war games, but he often says, he made Gettysburg and stuff like that. He's always disappointed because he's an accountant, and he comes home, he doesn't want to have games that are like spreadsheets where you're sitting there trying to jimmy the rules and get your attacks at 3-to-1 and stuff like that. He wanted the drama. He wanted to in the game to evoke what he was reading in the books. So when he's talking about the wheat fields in Gettysburg, and nobody knows where anybody is, and they're shooting at hogs, and they're shooting at their own guys and stuff like he wanted that, just get all that kind of dramatic stuff going in his games. And this is one in here that he's gonna do. And so that's it for that. Now on to the next, and that is, no sooner did I move in than I get to go to the beach. Going to the beach and with family in a beach house and things like that. And that means I don't have to be, but I am going to bring games. And so I kind of go with, this will be an episode on beach games. Games where you're going to have people who are not gamers. And so that's going to kind of, so I'm not going to be bringing out Empire of the Sun or anything like that, but I thought I'd go over what I've kind of narrowed down what I'm going to bring, and I thought I'd share them with you. And so let's get started. First one, general rule: when in doubt, Ticket to Ride. Or as what was it, Will Wheaton says, it takes less time to explain the rules than it does to set it up. I have played this at the beach, and it went over well. And it's always good to bring, because otherwise you might end up playing Monopoly, which is not my favorite game. But I don't hate it. There's a lot of Monopoly hate in the gaming community, but I don't hate it. But I'm always like, well, I love those articles that are like, play this, not that. And so they go through all the drugstore games you can get. It says, instead of that, try this game. And this is definitely one you wanna try to get up there, because it's so easy to break out, and people do enjoy it, even people who don't really play games all that much. Which brings me to my second one. I'm also going to bring the truncated version, the Ticket to Ride New York. I've played this with the family as well, and it's a fun game, and it's quick. And as the other one, it's you explain it in about less than 5 minutes. So, Ticket to Ride. What else do I have here? Okay. Oh, well, let's eliminate the simple one. And chess. And the reason I did this is one of my family members started getting into chess and things like that. He said, yeah, come play chess with me. And I'm like, of course course, why not? Even though I'm not a chess player, I stink at it. Well, I don't stink at it, but I'm hardly Bobby Fischer or anything like that. And this is the Books A Million, really cheap $6 set, but, you know, they picked it out, so it's good for me. Works for me, man. Okay. All right. Got to here. Wizard. The bidding game. Yeah, a trick-taking game. Bidding game? Tricky game. It's both. And things like that. I've not actually gotten a chance to play this. What I do love about this, though, is... Am I in the camera here? Okay. I've been looking very close. Plastic cards. Oh, yeah. I love those. I wish all games like plastic cards. Now, I'm just bringing that because, you know, look at the size of that. I can take that around anywhere. But I really want to do a game that's basically the same thing. And that's Skull King, which has a bunch of other rules to it. I haven't I've gone through the rules and stuff like that, but I haven't actually gotten anyone to play this. This one goes up to a player count of 6, so that's good. And there's one thing I did, and it's the same thing with the Wizard game. Like that. Is in this one, you know, you pick how many tricks you think you're going to win, and you score points if you made your what you bid. And it's the same thing here. In this one, though, they got this little rule here where, like, when you're revealing what your bid is, you all go, yo, ho, ho, and point out the number of fingers for the number of bids. I hate games when they make you do silly, foolish stuff. That just drives me crazy. So, like, okay, well, how am I going to fix that? Well, it turns out the guys who make Wizard also make one of these, and that's the bidding wheels. And you just enter the number of bids here. You can just, like that, put it down like that, and you all simultaneously reveal. And I got a bunch of those. So these could be handy for other games. You know, not just this game, as long as you go up to 10 or 0 to 10. So if you have a game with secret bids and you don't want to do goofy stuff like hold a bunch of cubes in your hand for 10 minutes, you can grab one of these. So there's probably a lot of uses for those. All right. So moving on. What else we got? Okay, we just went from a 6-player to a 2-player. Jaipur is just a really good, quick game. A lot of trickiness here. I play this with one of my sons all the time, and I have yet to win one against him. He thumps me every single time, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but Jaipur, cheap, quick, easy to learn, hard to beat for 2-player. Okay, now I'm getting really crazy here. I don't know how this is going to work out. This is the Crew. This is a cooperative card game with story. And you'll read does it have? Yeah, there's like a whole narrative going on, and you just you complete missions and things like that. And that'll be interesting to see how that goes. So on to Tournament of Cantaloupe. I really like this game. This is basically trick taking in reverse. You always want to be the lowest. No, the highest card takes the trick, and then you take the trick as damage. And so you're a knight in Camelot, and you take injuries and stuff like that. And last one standing, or last one with the most health when the clock runs out, wins. There's a new one that I meant to get. I haven't bought it yet. What is that? Something about Avalon. I forgot what the title. I'm blanking on the name. Oh well. I'll see if I can get this to the table. This is looking a little fancy for people who don't usually play war games, or just other games other than like Monopoly and things like that. But I don't think it'd be too daunting. In fact, I might just skip using the special powers and things, and we'll just play a straight game of this with the trick taking to get the mechanics, and then we'll introduce them later. That's always a good way to do it. And let's see, finally, Love Letter. Now, I just happen to have the Hobbit version. I don't know why. I don't know how I got this, or did I get this as a gift or something? I don't know. But it works. Very easy to explain. Things like and the reason I'm kind of squirrely about this is I do not care for the Hobbit movies. I think Peter Jackson stretching out a book into 3 movies was just the ultimate act of hubris. So I am not a fan of those. The first one I can kind of tolerate, and then I think it just goes off the rails. Okay, but that's enough ranting about that. This is I can pick up the. All right, here's the thing. I noticed in the Target store they have the love letter, but the original love letter, but they've changed the art. Especially on the princess. So you have this princess here, but I think that, Target or something had a problem with the fact that
she's got huge tracts of land,
and so they changed the art and they changed it to this, and basically they turned the princess into the first runner-up at the Miss Rockingham County Fair. Yeah, give me, yeah, go back to this one. Come in here. There you go. She can royally decree me anytime. Am I right? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's about all I can think of right now for bringing to the beach. I think we'll, even between sitting at the beach, I'm definitely not going to bring any of these down to the beach. That's just yeah, what we're mostly going to be doing is, and here's one for Herman Lettman. Because he's talking about how he likes, he's into bourbon. And so I picked this up to bring to the beach. And Woodford Reserve, the regular stuff I got, and that kind of got me into bourbon. So that might be a good introduction, is the regular Woodford Reserve. Then I've tried some bourbons, and I went back to the regular Woodford Reserve. I tried again, and I actually didn't quite like it as much. I think it had kind of a off-putting, I want to say, an oily taste. But I'm going to give them another shot, and we're going to go with the double oaked here. And I'll tell you how that goes. And like that. And finally, reading material. Gene Wolfe. Cannot beat it. I read these in the 80s when these were being put out. So 81, 80, 81, 82, 83, I forget what it is. And I was just a teenager, very young teenager, but I love this. And I've read it, I gotta say 4 or 5 times. And the meme or the expression is, you don't read Gene Wolfe, you reread Gene Wolfe. And I'm actually pretty excited because I'm also reading it in conjunction with a podcast where they just sit down and they go chapter by chapter and they just talk about their theories about it and things like that. And I get to learn stuff that I didn't know. Like, I didn't realize the tower that Severian is, that was a rocket ship. I completely missed that when I was a teenager and stuff like that. And it just kind of went over my head all the time. But that is it. That is my time, what I'll be doing all next week. Hope you have a good time, and thanks for watching.